教育现场呢，我要跟大家分享的是10年树木。
在私立高职任教，那一般人以前的人啊，听到老师都会觉得，当老师很好，对不对？我们的社会如果失去了这个社会伦理的话，那社会是不能
谢谢我们的translation is wonderful, many thanks。谢谢我们的翻译团队哈。那 Africa 你就说 so inspired with the story of a pure practitioners。好，所以在这边呢，你甚至发愿，你可能是看到导读人吧那一段，所以你有这样的一个发愿。好，非常感恩哈，我们用掌声来感恩。我们直播初级开心至极哈，所以每个礼拜三早上邀约大家全体请起。高雄线上读书会诚挚邀您来相会，全体请合掌，向佛菩萨及上人行三问讯礼问讯。再问讯，三问讯，合掌恭送。传承法脉，心相系，弘扬中门，志不离。实际因缘会珍惜，尽思法随无量意。
And let's chant the following together. Pass on the Dharma lineage with a sincere piety, promote the Tzu Chi spirit firmly, cherish affinities with Tzu Chi. Infinite meanings, Sutra of Jingsi Dharma essence. Dear Master Zheng, Masters and Abbo and everyone, good morning. Let's raise our right hand and make a vow to Master Zheng. Take action, take action. Go, go, go. Just do it, just do it. Let's listen to the Dharma teaching so we can be more diligent. Let's make a heart-shaped gesture. Let's come closer to Master expectation. Now please be seated. Open our hearts through online study group, Tzu Chi family get together, respectfully read the Master's diary, connect our heart with Dharma affinities. So 7 years ago, our headquarters gave us 6 words to pass on the Dharma essence and foster talents continuously. And Master Zheng gave us a blessing, and she said that we are the Dharma delivers, so we needed to be diligent and deliver the Dharma teachings. And no matter where we are the ideal talents of Master. So let's read the following together. So be humble, be self-esteemed and cultivated with virtue, love unselfishly and be equal to others, and open-minded and maintain good manners, work harmoniously with others, and show good etiquette in speeches and actions, being enlightened, virtuous with a pure heart, and focus on big principles, not trifles. With these personalities, we will become qualified followers, and the Master will be relaxed. Wish everyone become the ideal talent of Master. So now let's put our palm in front of our hearts and say, and Master, please be relaxed. We will be your ideal disciples. And then the Master give her thumbs up and saying you are wonderful. And let's also give a thumbs gesture to ourselves and to the one next to you and say you are so great. So we needed to be diligently, and today is August 5th, and we are going to read from November 25th and November 30th. These are our common goals. So let's say together, keep talking about the Tzu Chi's spirit, and listen to the Dharma teachings mindfully, believe we have the potential, diligently maintain our initial aspirations. And Master had said that Tzu Chi was established in Taiwan. If we are still misunderstood by Taiwanese people, it's not because we didn't do enough, but because we didn't talk enough about it. We used to let go after we had done something. So now we needed to seize every chance to share good things. So we have to follow the words together.
爱上人就多说慈济，爱上人就多说慈济，爱上人就多说慈济。对，我们爱上人就多说慈济哈，所以非常的感恩，在这边里面，那只有拼出来的美丽，没有等出来的辉煌哈。所以我们现在要跟所有线上的家人打招呼喽。我们2次一拍之后，举起你的双手，说大家好。因为我们毕竟有时差，所以问候大家好，一起来传法随，续人才，连线读书，一起来。
美音的声音不见了。
大家好，非常的感恩哈。所以 Let's go 读书去，读书真有趣。Let's go 读书去，以法来相聚。Go go go 读书去哈。那我们多国语言英文口译这一个部分呢，今天轮到的是谁？掌声感恩每月第1周的高雄团队，郭志国师兄、戴强生师兄、丁雪玉师姐、苏继豪师兄、洪佳英师姐、苏珊师姐。好，他们棒棒接力，非常感恩哈。我们现在呢是有5周有29人，那我们期待下一个我们要挑战的口译团队是西班牙语哈，所以请大家祝福我们。然后团队的力量来自每个团队。每个队员的力量是来自团队，所以我们互为影响哈。那首先呢，跟大家分享呢，线上有回应读书善效应，所以现在您在脸书还有 YT 平台的人，麻烦帮我们写下您在哪里，让我们知道好不好？也请主场的分享嘉宾拿起你的手机，赶快把直播档转出去。我已经告诉他们，请你们的直播档给你们的亲友团，请他们上线来帮我们留言，也留着你们这个部分哈，所以轻轻一点。那我们看一下呢，我们上周呢上线最踊跃的是大陆的家人，热烈的掌声，感恩大陆家人。留言最多的是北加州的石金师姐，非常感恩哈，所以直播留言表真心，激励团队更真心哈。所以呢，石金在这边就给我们感动啊，大陆家人爱上的高雄线上读书会，大家使用各种不同的工具平台，现在不同的线路，让更多人都能上线来学习哈。所以感恩石金、文清还有王刚呢，在大陆这个部分呢，一直在帮我们做这样子的一个牵引哈。那在这边呢，我们有看到了，就是这边我们要特别这边一种感人的故事说不完，是爆料澳洲口译团队，谢谢 Annie Chen 哈。他说台上1分钟，台下10年功，澳洲口译团队背后付出的代价是超过10小时。还有几位菩萨默默参与协助翻译、整理、讨论，忙到半夜，只为了短暂呈现珍惜因缘，与世界各地的菩萨结好缘。我们掌声响起给我们的澳洲口译团队。真的，我们的口译团队他们并不是一开始就专业，但是接下承担任务以后，时都让自己迈向专业所以这边我们非常的感恩，也谢谢我们的 F 卡，你每一次呢给我们在 YT 里面的一个留言 Good morning, feels so good to join this book study, so much to learn from the sharing. 所以每一次呢这一边都可以得到您满满的一个正能量，所以欢迎在 YT 的平台里面，我们有 YT 小编可以跟你们回复哦。 那讲师的回馈，我们上一周挑战的是英国凌晨2点半跟我们一起这样子做连线哈，所以呢，在这边的时候呢，我们柬埔寨的许明珠就说，英国朱建龙师兄、彭宇正师姐带领慈济志工不畏辛苦，将防疫物资送到需要的地方哈，还有很多的一个留言，非常的感恩哈。那在这边，我们的导读团队是老师郑吉，所以呢，因为他上一次导读的是有关于泰北的，所以我们看到彭持官，也就是在我们泰国的持官师姐呢，非常多的第一个时间都给我们回应哈。他说慈悲翻转泰北人生教育人文生根与展现生命曙光，扶困计划教育扎根，慈济努力生根，让人刮目相看哈。这是我们的Sunny，然后这一边的持官也跟我们讲说，教育有成哦，刘志达与丁世颖已经自慈大毕业，在泰北清迈慈济学校服务当老师喽。好，那郑进峰副院长呢，这是这上个礼拜回馈最大的哈，就因为大家呢不太认识这位副院长大一网，可是自从他来上线以后，很多人让他呢就是把他摆入心中，成为粉丝了哈。所以在这里面我们非常的感恩，那我们也非常感恩我们的副院长在昨天的时候，志工早会，如果大家有听的时候，他也就这个部分，待会我们再来讲哈。那这边呢，我们的令呢就说，郑副院长如此的尽心奉献4大志业，于一如一生无悔哈。那重庆上个星期是我们的冠廷师兄来上线哈，所以重庆家人非常勤精进，共知共事，战病毒，是我们学习的好榜样哈。非常感恩我们的重庆的家人，你们在线上哈，哇，一连汇篇也非常非常的多。上一次是乃华师姐带着我们的美一还有呢佳宇来到这里哈，所以呢在这边慈济因缘来自神明托梦，3天之后有师姐邀约他参加志工，后来乃华师姐参加了水忏演绎，体会很多，上人开始心宽面纯，得饶人处得饶人，发现近似语真的非常的好用哈。这里是讲到呢，就是神明托梦给他，那是谁呀？就是我们的关嘉瑜哈，小关关啊，一连汇篇也是非常非常多的一个留言哈，尤其是乃华师姐，她说没拍戏的时候就做慈济哈。那慈冠是以老师教育现场这一个部分，那当然我们这边的 Emily's Crane 呢，他其实呢在这边非常有感哈，他师言然后道尊，没有教不会的孩子，只有找到方法的老师哈。所以 Emily 其实在美国也是我们慈济教联会的一个主席，也是我们的前加拿大的人文学校的一个校长，非常的感恩。我们的 Shelly 也是我们的加拿大的人文学校校长。校园乱象深有同感，一定要传播感恩群众爱。那我们今天的林金宝老师也在主场哈，所以呢，金宝老师呢应该心有所感这样子哈。那谢谢我们新加坡的执行长夫人每一次上线跟我们问候，还有包括新山的家人，还有包括槟城的家人，非常感恩哦。这边有一个鸡蛋岛的一个家人哈，那加拿大的家人，谢谢你们的留言啊。Michael 你说上人想盖医院得到了，杜诗勉、郑文彬、杨志标3位大医王全力推动，上人自己都觉得不可思议。的确，在偏远的地区建医院可以医人医病，还有医心哈。那美国家人的留言，谢谢 Lina， 谢谢你在洛杉矶，希望你今天也在哦。日本的安野会，谢谢你每一次都在东京跟我们一起来连线哈，非常的感恩。那这边大陆的家人，我们用热烈的掌声来感恩大陆的家人，好不好？大陆的家人他们呢都是第一时间，然后透过时经来转达这样子的一个激励跟感动哈。那上一周的石家庄的李平师兄他就当下写了一个顺口溜，他说高雄读书会空中传法郎，全球慈济人盼着周三到。然后后面呢就感恩好平台，满满正能量，全球领路人，你们是榜样，加油读书会，期待更辉煌哈。所以非常感恩所有，我们也希望，虽然我没办法念出每一个人，但是我们会把这一个传到群组，然后你们也可以留着，然后就是你们在上一次的一个留言哈，在这里一并跟大家感恩哦。好，所以我们再次给大陆的家人热烈的掌声，好不好？他们真的好 韵韵现在是在昆山瑞兰师姐家拍摄现代新宿派外景，见识到拍摄的用心跟专业。韵韵，你应该现在是在重庆，对不对？我们的韵韵师姐无论在重庆、在昆山、在任何一个地方，一定想办法跟我们连线在一起哈。所以我们这里真的非常的感恩。好，然后墨尔本的华英，谢谢你，还有文莱的 Chen， 好，谢谢。这里菲律宾的博慈，柬埔寨的明珠，谢谢。我们这边的 YT 留言哈，谢谢。Ram， 你就说。Great to see how deep and far 慈济 affinities run across time and space。对，只要我们跟着我们的慈济的这样的一个因缘，我们就知道慈济这样50年走来半世纪，其实是非常非常多的一个深广度哈。所以我们希望 YT 留言这边，我们的 Co Effect so happy 慈济 square love and step in Vientiane。就是越南 ，giving hope to so many people there， 也带给越南那边非常非常多的一个希望哈。所以这边，那我要稍稍的再用一点点时间哈，这是非常感动的。就是我们呢，就是因为这一次美国我们的顺口溜团队水晶师姐，她是写顺口溜的，那非常感动我们的郑金峰副院长。所以他跟我写完以后，他说他泪流几次。我说你要不要写出一个顺口溜？就没想到就是这样的一个传承，这样子下去以后，我们很快的做出他的顺口溜，他就哇，老师这么快，太感动了。我说棒棒接力，我也自己好感动，所以感恩我们的美编团队慧瑜哈。那我就跟他讲说，郑副院长说他星期2会分享哦，我们在连线听听看，然后。他说真心感动分享，因为他的女儿跟我女儿的年龄差不多，这一点是非常有感，但是碍于篇幅没办法写很多。好，那他也会连线志工早会，志工早会来了，他马上讲说看了郑副院长的分享真的好棒，真的是好感动。我就说他真的非常犀利，点滴说出了线上读书会点滴的用心。所以在这个当下里面，他说真的。那在这个地方，我第一时间就给郑副院长说，感恩郑副院长您另类的善教育。哇，虽然我们不是第一次在至少被提起，但是你是第一个全纪录完全以高雄线上读书会为分享主题的嘉宾。您果真是总编辑，重点执行引人入胜，串联美善。感恩您对我的谬赞，知道自己还有太多的不足，所以会往你祝福的方向继续努力。记得你的简报要留言。要分享，而且他说他好像大家对于他留言的演奏的部分留言比较多。我说没有，人家对你很多的分享留言很多哈，所以你看看这个就是我们的石金师姐马上写出善教育，我就传给他，他马上截图感动，然后昨天至早就分享。这边看到我们是英国的师兄师姐，他们呢挑战凌晨2点半。可是他们非常的紧张，就非常的兴奋。讲完以后呢，他们觉得应该呢让其他各个点，英国的各个点。所以呢，我因为这个线上读书会，自己呢好像变得呢就是地理呢更好了。所以英国还有其他个人，伦敦、牛津、剑桥、爱丁堡，还有曼彻斯特及墨尔文。那在这个地方，我们会在2021年呢依序来排哈，因为我们2020年已经全部都排满了哈。那至于其他的我们待会再来检讨。那接下来我们就要老实攻读纳履足迹喽。那已经讲了该地的纳履足迹呢，都是由我们的老师来，所以掌声欢迎一平。
感恩大家敬爱的上人、金色师父以及我们全球的家人们，大家好，我是依萍。那在今天的导读范围内呢，适逢上人行脚到新店的金狮堂
we've been down to pick up to do the recycling. And we pay the highest respect to our recycling volunteers. We use our clapping hands to do the recycling. It originally from 30 years ago, Master Zheng had a lecture at sharing at the Xiuling High School, and Master Zheng asked everyone to use their clapping hands to do the recycling. 1990 in August 23rd, And Master Zheng mentioned that Master Chen mentioned that after the night market closed, she saw trash and messy all over the ground. So she was very sad that we trash our own planet. So she urged everyone to start using their clapping hands to do recycling, because she said that we can sort the material, to sort out the material, and to protect the environment. All of us can join our effort to protect our environment together. And in the audience, there's a young lady, Miss Yang. She was very touched by Master's sharing, and she started doing recycling, go in her own community. And she collected, she sold what she has recycled and material, and she donated the proceed to Master Zheng. And Master Zheng said Taiwan is is a blissful place, very fortunate, because in Taiwan we have 30,700 volunteers, recycling volunteers in Taiwan. Nowadays, we have 8,500 recycling stations, and we have 273 environmental educational stations. And we have 19 countries in the world has a recycling station, and more than 10,000 recycling stations all over the world. And we appreciate that recycling volunteers, they pay attention to all the let us pay highest respect to environmental protection volunteer. And this very adorable recycling volunteer. She is very diligent, and she's very talented. She's from Suzhou. Let's pay. Doing recycling makes me feel more happier and more healthier. After my husband passed away, I lost the meaning of life, and my granddaughter took me to the recycling station. I saw many bodhisattvas working in the recycling station, and I transformed the umbrella into many different kinds of product. This hat was made of umbrella, transformed from umbrella. And now you are only 30 years old because you save 50 years into the bank. And this is very beautiful. This bag is also made from the umbrella. Very talented. We're very happy to see this elderly person become happy and more talented. And this gorilla knows sign language. Coco. This gorilla's name is Coco. And this gorilla use sign language to tell us that how we trash our planet. And this gorilla, red gorilla, his name is Strawberry, and he talked to a little girl. Chat with the little girl. The gorilla Strawberry asked the little girl, what do you eat? And the little girl said, I'm eating peanut butter. And the gorilla said, what you are eating is destroying the planet, because they need to use making the peanut butter, need to use the palm oil. And the palm oil, they need to grow palm tree, and the palm tree, and you making the palm oil is destroying the earth. So Tzu Foundation and the .itv has built up a environmental education van trailer. So there's a scavenger hunt on this trailer and one-stop educational station. And also there's a cartoon about Coco, the gorilla, love the planet. And this in this education station, we show how Coco live, how Coco's lifestyle love the planet. And Coco wanted to visit his friend Strawberry, and he wanted to know how to get there to use the list carbon to create the list carbon footprint. And little children love to see these love the story about Coco and Strawberry, the gorilla. Coco Coco said that he loved human, and he loved the earth, and he hoped that we could all work together to protect the earth, and it's our mission to protect the earth. And 2020 is the 30th anniversary of our Tzu Chi recycling history. And there are so many touching stories in our Tzu Chi in recycling history. And we hope that everyone is willing to join us in this very wise and meaningful lifestyle. I'm very happy and appreciate the sharing. And she mentioned Gorilla Coco. And in Chiayi, we have this trailer. Is in the recycling education trailer is in Chiayi right now. That's the first step. And there are so many meaningful knowledge in this trailer, and hope that we over the Taiwan, the trailer can travel over the Taiwan and share the environmental protection knowledge and concepts with all of us in Taiwan. And the toilet paper from the Jingshi technology, we make the recycling paper and reduce. We made this toilet paper. There's no. It's very safe and more and clean. And there. Jingshi recycled recycled toilet paper. At the end of the 2019, and we hope that we could use the toilet paper from the recycled paper. And this is one of the meaningful ways to protect the earth. The recycling paper.
好，所以呢，我们就可以知道爱地球很多方式。可是你看，我们家的卫生纸换品牌了没有？用完了就要直接换了。我们家还没有用，我就直接换了。所以请到各个书轩里面去，我们用净湿环保卫生纸，这是全国地区，我们就是直接呢是爱地球。好，那接下来我们再扣二级使用祝福立马听哈。那今天呢，大家会说，为什么扣二级使用马上跳到顺口溜？因为这个团队是我们美国政府的团队哈，那就是我们罗德岛州的秀玲。
是谁？
今天早上就跟我讲说。我们家停电，所以如果待会我上去不是他停电，他会请他的老公帮他装。我心里就想说，哇，停电打工那这样子，请问他能不能上那个上面上面说手机可以上？
现在是到哪里？
其实已经顺利的。
If you miss your home, what you gonna do? I just keep crying. But at the time, I can experience how my father feels there. And when you are in an alien country, then you don't have anybody to rely on, and truly, then you have no brothers or sisters, and this is really a special feeling there. Especially when the year when my father just wanna came back to Hong Kong just the day before my grandmother passed away. And the reason was that her visa was stuck up in Hong Kong, and it was a sorrowful thing for my father. So everybody has his own story, and now let's take a look at how she get in touch with Tzu Chi. And when she was in the United States, and how she just find Tzu Chi out there. I still remember that time when I married from Taiwan to the United States, and I turned my religion belief into Buddhism from Catholic. And I didn't have any friend there in the US, so my husband was afraid that when I was home, and maybe I would get depressed because I have no one to rely on. So he tried his best to find any Buddhism trips, Buddhism teams for me. And then I had an affinity to meet Sister Lin Shengsheng when she was in the United States. And after her sharing, and we decided to just join Tzu Chi because I was touched by her. And because of such affinity, then everybody has his own affinity and her own affinity of getting into Tzu Chi. Because of depression, her husband cares about her, so she is therefore in Tzu Chi now. Now let's read your clips, and or you can just see through our broadcast through our cell phone. And Xiuling is online now. I'm very grateful that Xiuling is a team member of our KG Friends from the United States. Now let's take a look how she just gets into Tzu Chi and what she's gonna say to us today. Dear Mr. Zheng and practitioners and the volunteers all over the world, good day. I'm so happy that I'm here and share you something here. And actually, I was invited here to talk about the affinity being here. And my conclusion is that it is an incredible affinity. Why? Because, in 2013, when I was in Taipei, and I had participated in an online study group at Xiuling. But because of my husband's job, I had to move to the United States. And when I was in Taiwan, I was absent for so many times, but I was really touched deeply because I had never such a chance to participate in such a special study group. And I wish that I could just participate more whenever I had more chances. And in 2014, I moved back to the United States. And teacher Meiyun had a very good chance to visit the United States, and I just met her right there. And she just shared her experience of the study group there, and I was again taught there. And I told teacher Meiyun that I wanted also a study group, also in the US is okay. And then she answered, of course, why not? And then we began studying online since then. And actually, we did a lot of efforts, for this study group. And we spent a lot of time preparing for this. And we really invited the people coming over and enjoy a meal and take part in our study group. And through the experience from Tzu and we just see how deep our life can be. But because of that time and the lack of the affinity, then the study group was finally suspended. I still carry my gratitude because the study group can be participated online for now, and we can just clip it into the cell phone and we can just participate in it just everywhere. And again, I moved back to Eastern United States, and now I'm in Rhode Island, and we can still participate online. And because I don't know what I'm gonna be sharing for now because I don't know what to say. And after I settled down in Rhode Island, I received a call from Tzu volunteers there, and she told me that we want to invite you to participate in our Catchy Fresh team. And I was very worried and I was very astonished that because I didn't think that I have such ability to do that. And now I think I have to shoulder the responsibility bravely. So that was my chance beginning doing Tzu voluntary job in a Catchy Phrase team. Catchy Phrase means that the previous review for last week's events. Well, it's not very long time since I participated in this team, but I have to say that it is never too late once you begin. And we can just face the challenge if we are brave enough. And during the COVID-19 period of time, I am promoting vegetarianism here in the United States. And I have been a vegetarian for over 22 years. And what can I do with my experience? So I want to turn positive into active. I want to promote vegetarianism. And I think if I have the aspiration, then I can do everything. So now I make phone calls through telephones to my relatives and friends, and I want to share my experience of being a vegetarian. And I also start with my Facebook and think more about the delicious food and think more about the therapies that I can share with all the people there. And I try to invite the volunteers there. And I want them to cook with me, and they say, okay, no problem. And during COVID-19, they don't have to go to work, so they come over here and they help me doing such voluntary job. I said to them that since you can make the real money, then why don't you just accumulate your blessings all together during the COVID-19 period of time? And they say, okay. And they are very willing to come over and participate in our team. And we all together make a calls and invite people, friends coming over. And she has really promoted the vegetarianism very, very hard. And I have to tell you that she was not a vegetarian before, but she wanted to be a disciple of Master Zheng, and therefore she did it very hard, and she really made it. And okay. So it was really incredible experience. And actually during I want to promote vegetarianism, and I try my best to invite more people coming over. And I also invite them to study online and participate in all the programs of Tzu and we pray all together, and it was really touching. The second thing is that this volunteer, and he is Mr. Zheng, and he has been ill for many years because of a lot of operations. And we also invited him to participate in our vegetarian group and pray for everybody together. And actually, at the very beginning, we have to wake him up for the praying. And now he can just wake up and do this by himself. And I asked, but why? Why do you think this is important? And he said that the praying for people is not only for myself, but also for other people. So he thinks it's very important. And well, I think I have to fulfill my aspiration, but I will continue doing so. And it is just like a marathon. And if you don't give up, then you will just achieve the goal. No matter you walk or you walk slowly, it's no problem. Thank you very much. Well, it's true that only when you don't give up, you can achieve your goals. And thank you for participating in our catchy phrase team, which is doing the review for the last week's events there. Now you can take a look here, and it is very touching pictures when we were in the DC in the United States, and when we just were right there in DC, and we learned all together. And this picture shows how touching and happy the volunteers were there, and we were all together. And we bravely walked on the street and promote the vegetarianism in the United States in English. And we are so happy doing so. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now wave to the team in the United States, please. And thank you. I really want to be with you because you've got positive energies. And now we are going to tell you that we will have more feedback, positive feedbacks for next week, and we will do the next time. And now it is a comment from Canada, and they say that this is great because we achieve all the missions of Master Zheng. And we have comments from Taoyuan, Zheng. Thank you very much. And you are really a role model for us. And Sijin says that we have to learn diligently, and he is from North California. And Hector 10 says, I don't know where you are, Hector 10. And Malaysia also shows their gratitude to us. And now, thank you, the Kaohsiung translation team here, and another volunteer in Taoyuan. And thank you very much. And some volunteers from Kaohsiung and some from Australia. Thank you. And now it's volunteers from Fujian, and they are in the recycling study. They are online and they learn something, and let's wave with Fujian. And say hello to Fujian volunteers, and they will be online next week. And now we have Evelyn. She says, good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is from Singapore. And good morning. And I will say hello to the whole world. And you don't know, I don't know where you are, I'm sorry. And now it is, the time for us, and because, all the volunteers from Beijing, Shijiazhuang are also online. Saying hello to you. Thank you. And I hope that you can tell me where you are is better. And now we have volunteers from Tianjin, China. We have Fengqin. And we have volunteers from Canada. And she'd like to be with us, she says. And I'm staying with a computer because, we want to be with you. And we have Victor. Okay, and she says our guiding group is a wonderful group there, and yeah, and now it is a high school saying that it is good to do the recycling job right there, and let's share more later. Let's share more feedbacks, okay? And you can also leave your messages on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you. And now, do you know that we have doctors from Taichung Tzu Hospital today too? And do you think we are very familiar with Taichung Tzu Hospital because Master Zheng was informed that we have such programs in Kaohsiung, and doctors are really professional sharing their experience. And thanks to Master Zheng and thanks to Superintendent Zheng Xiuling, and because they shared very much precious experience here. And now I'm also doing something with the Taipei Tzu Hospital, and I'm trying to invite them coming over.
那台中实验在最近呢，是让我们非常熟悉的，因为他们回去呢跟上人一报告的时候，我们每就觉得说，这个大医王未免太能讲了吧。包括了我们非常感恩，就是除了大林慈院1年来6位，简守信院长已经说，你们要几位就几位，当然不能超过6位，要公平一点。好，那台北呢也开始在安排我们2021年的一个讲师的花莲的慈院院长、副院长也都会来到，所以非常的感恩。那今天呢，我们这一位大医王呢，我刚才远远看他的时候，真是把他看成笑脸音啊。所以我完全没有发现他已经莅临主场很久。那我们来看看大医王为什么也这么笑脸呢？因为他一天呢都是老人囡仔做会啦，所以你看看什么时间他出现？
走走动，做健康操啊，幸福指数上升。老年人他本身就是
你看幸福指数上升。所以呢，他永远就处在一个冻龄的状况。刚才你有看到老人家，对不对？没错，没错。我们再来看一看，怎么老人家出现的地方都有他呢？他到底在我们台中慈院担任的是什么角色？为什么在这个时候都会有他呢？所以我们可以看到长青打击乐，然后展现了这么多丰富的，然后这些老人家，你看他们老而弥坚，同时也是非常多的一个能量哦，
欢喜很满力，大家共同为了这个高龄友善的这个，
好，大家一起来看一看，有这样的一个承担跟头衔，大家他是谁？台中慈济医院社区健康中心的主任陈庆元主任，他今天真的是让我完全没有认出来，因为我真的把它判成笑脸音了。
目的来创设一个平台，互相交流彼此的经验分享彼此的资源所以在社区里面也得到很好的回响，让长辈们走出家。
好，所以你看看，让长辈们，所以呢，其实我们陈庆元主任也非常关心这一块。那因为这样的一个关心的时候，他其实会去结合很多的。那大家来看看哈，你看在医院里看到这个深知的望病忧，为什么？因为呢，年轻人进来了，大明高中的学生进来了，他们进来这边做什么呢？他们进来这边
大明高中看见希望画作在台中慈济医院1楼大厅展出，透过艺术温暖冰冷的医疗。
看到这些画非常的疗愈，然后呢，我最重要看到一件事情，看到希望。
他为什么看到希望？你看看这些年轻的孩子，就跟阿公阿伯他们呢去画这个画哈。那在这个当中，无论是老少呢在一起，其实就是希望在绽放了哈。那同时间呢，我们的庆元主任非常会给年轻人这样的一个鼓励哦。你看看，他们是来慈院，然后当然
，and it is a very great chance for them, and they listen up very carefully. And they share their very good food there. And it is more precious for them to just eat more nutritious food. And
因为是医生的一个因缘关系，所以呢，病人呢最听医生的话，所以在这个时候，我们当然要去把这样的好的食物告诉大家。
发生几率3到5成，而针对心血管疾病便能预防。
健康素食的人，他摄取的营养分比较均匀，他这 脂肪啊，或吃胆固醇啊比较少，蔬食里面有很多抗氧化剂，这个本来对身体就很好，一些植物性的一些油脂啊，对我们身体也比较好。
健康如素的，所以呢，我们非常的感恩哈，这就是我们大医王，他其实是面面俱到哈。那因为身体好的一个因缘关系，所以你看，只要是院内的活动，哈，并不是因为主任就一定要参加什么活动，可是呢，当院内有活动的时候，他也呢不遗余力的，然后参与其中，并且去告诉大家说，其实啊，在跪拜的当下，那到底会不会怎样呢？我们来听听看。
膝盖当然会有痛的感觉。那也是在整个朝天过程去体悟到众生的痛。
不止此，基本上呢，我们大概就是有痛的感觉，但是我们的主任怎么样？感受的是更多。然后因为在寻找原因的时候，其实我们看到一个非常感动，大家一定会觉得这个已经是8年前了。那但是这个新闻
So we can have the construction and build their home for the refugees of 921 earthquake. And after they settle down their life, and they may also do good things for people. So we are very happy. And this is the love from Tzu Chi volunteers. And we are really, really happy that we can do this for the refugees of 921 volunteers. And how about hospital? What can the hospital do to them? And we, have a care spot for patients and the elder people there. Okay, and we are very grateful. And because of the love of Tzu Chi, and we have Chen Qingyuan here, and we watched a lot of clips about him. And do you feel good about him? And with a sincere heart and show your sincerity, and let's welcome Chen Qingyuan, Dr. Chen Qingyuan here. And I have to just go to him and say that since he was here and he has stayed right down there wearing a mask and nodded his head, but actually I wonder that whether I know him or not because he looks so young and he was with a mask. And why Dr. Chen Qingyuan was there and I didn't recognize it was him there? Do you know why? Because he's too young. He's really so young. And as I knew that I just saw a young guy sitting down there with a mask right there. And I just wondered why. And I told my team that why Chen Qingyuan, Dr. Chen Qingyuan was not still here. Oh, finally, I made a mistake. And he has been sitting here for a long time there. So again, let's welcome him, okay, with a sincere big hand there. Venerable Master Zheng Yan and dear teacher Bei Yun and the volunteers online and on the spot. And good day. I'm very happy seeing you here, and because I have a positive energy, I have been having it since the early morning, and I was really cheered. And I also see the entrepreneurs from Tainan, and I'm so happy. And I saw many Bodhisattva volunteers doing a relief job in Africa, in Europe, and I'm so happy. I'm just like I'm home. It's like I'm home. And I've got a chance to share you my experience here. And aside from hospital, what can a doctor do? Well, many people say doctors should just stay in the hospital and see the patients. Yes, actually, yes. A lot of doctors are doing this. And when they don't work, they do sports, they do exercise. But the Tzu Chi doctors are so different. And Tzu Chi doctors will just safeguard people's health inside the hospital, as well as cleaning up the hospital and offering free clinics. It's very different, right? And now today, let me share you how Tzu doctors work there in our community and spread our greater love. And this is very, very important. And let me just introduce you myself. I do the relief job during the typhoon season, so I married my wife. And then my wife dreamed of Master Zheng, and therefore I'm here. And it is really special affinity. And I had some professional knowledges. And now I'm here and doing the charity mission. I combine my professional knowledge and my compassion all together within here. And the Tzu Hospital was established from nothing to 2 beautiful buildings and serve people. And this is a very, very happy experience in my mind. And Taichung Tzu Hospital is the youngest hospital. And now we have 7 hospitals in Taiwan. And all the way from nothing to now. And it was really, we say, tough and very, very touching. Only if you experience the true thing, then you can know what I'm talking about. And from nothing to 2 beautiful buildings. And do you know how I feel? And people now know where Taichung Tzu Hospital is, but actually 4 years ago, nobody did. It's just like a baby, since an infant to a young baby, and now a very handsome boy. And do you know how touched I feel? And we have a new hospital, which is Douliu Tzu Hospital. And we all do our best to serve people in our local communities. And we also have a nursing home and the elder care center in Taichung. And it is a #1 because we serve people, the #1 service in the world. And I have to say thank you to all the volunteers of Tzu. And really, really, I carry my full gratitude to everybody who devoted themselves in doing this. And on weekends, and patients will just, do their exercise and enjoy their life. But for Tzu doctors, and we are doing this. And in a shabby house, and the doctors of Tzu, and are just, doing their best and take care of the patient there. Well, after my operation, I had a very, very bad after effect. So Tzu doctors will just take care of the patients, and they just go to their homes and see how they are now. Well, the patient husband says, I owe my wife very much. And Dr. Jin Shou-jin says that it is great that you got a very good husband taking care of you there. And if the patient really needs to change the knee joint, then we will do it, okay, from elder care center, and we will do our best to take care of the wife. And the wife had the operation after he had a car accident. And now I had an intracranial hemorrhage, and I had an operation, and I just couldn't make any movements there. And Tzu doctors try their best to understand what they need and doing the rehabilitation for her. And we also seek the best resources for the patient there. And Tzu Hospital provides the care that the doctors will go into patients' home and see what they need. Okay, and when patients can just come over to the hospital, then we provide the services and go to their home. And this is what the doctors of Tzu doctors are doing there. And we can just make patients be at ease. And we will check out the medicine they take, whether they are safe. And we are doing this just to calm their families' minds and provide better services to the patients in need. And if you've got your family members who, used to have the ill experience, and you will know how worrying their family members are. And when doctors go over to their homes and were doing the comforting jobs there, and what can doctor get from this? And what can nurses get from this? Well, we witness the sufferings and we know that we are healthy and we are lucky, that we have a good family and we have a good job, then we can help people. And we have doctors and we have students and we have doctors and we are so touched after such experience there. And we are very much willing to do so and help people. I always encourage newcomers to just clean up, patients' homes, and you will see that wow, their homes are so shabby and they've got a lot of garbages in their homes, so their family life must be very tough. Do you know that after our cleaning jobs, who is the happiest? It's their families, neighbors, and they will say, "Oh, thank you, Tzu Ji volunteers." It is very, very good because they can have a clean environment for now.
那当年我在救灾的时候才发现，这个垃圾比房子还高。他们家港安户很多家里也是很辛苦，因为他没有能力来打扫。你知道打扫完谁最开心吗？
Our children also, to school students also going there with us, and so our children, if our children have the opportunity to go to clean up the shabby home, they would have appreciate what they have. It's a very good learning opportunity for our children to clean up the elder people or someone in need. And also we not only clean up the shabby homes for the needy, and we also take care of the people who's in need. And there are a mother who has taken care of her daughter for 18 years. And the daughter was a victim of a criminal case. 18 years ago, when the criminal case happened, many people pay attention to this case. But over the 18 years, people got forgotten about these victims. But Tzu Ji never give up on taking care of them over the 18 years. And the daughter, the mother was when she was pregnant with her daughter, she went shopping, and there was a shouting. There was a criminal case in the shopping mall, and she became unconscious. And now the daughter became, and sister, I know you can hear what I say, but I know you cannot communicate with me, but I know how you feel. When you feel afraid and when you have fear, you can chant the Dharma name of Buddha. And when you chant the Dharma name of Buddha, it will calm your mind, and you can also think about Master Zheng and talk to Master Zheng, and you can think about our love for you. It will calm your mind and warm your heart. And after I talked to her, and she had tears in her eyes, and mother was very touched. Although she cannot talk, but she has feelings. And I talked to the mother. I encouraged the mother that she is the most important support for the daughter, and she need to be courageous to go on, to continue going on this difficult journey of accompanying her daughter. And our Chi volunteers hope that Chi volunteer as, although I'm a doctor, I'm also a Chi volunteer, and I would love to encourage, children and students, join us to visit these poor people and a children, a young person was 19 years old. He had a car accident, and he had nine surgeries after the car accident. And her his father was a little retarded, and this person, he sit on the chair, on this wheelchair, and his muscle do not have enough energy to support his body, so he could not sit up erect. And they were wounded after his butt was wounded after a long time sitting on the wheelchair. And he's so tall, and he must enjoy playing basketball. And I used to love playing basketball, and I asked him whether he would love to play basketball, and he said, and he shake his body, and he also raised his hand. And his mother was very touched by what his body actions, and his mother, because for many years he does not have any response. But now I mentioned about basketball, and he has response. So now I am a doctor, and I talked to him about something that is interesting. So the mother was very touched. So I talked to the mother that you need to give him a basketball, because you need to give him something that is interesting, so that he has meaning in life. You can raise his hope in his life. So we could use our best to give him the hope and give in life. And do you have any celebration for the New Year's Eve? And did you have any experience to go to the building 101, the tallest building in Taipei, to celebrate the year end? And some people, they are so crazy about celebrating the year and the New Year, so they go to the many places. But city volunteers also have their special way of celebrating the New Year's at the New Year's Eve. They went on the street to visit the people who's live on the street, and we also visit many places to visit people in the winter time, to give them the warm feelings and give them the comfort, and hope that we could warm their body and warm their heart. And we could use the time that people are celebrating the New Year's, but we could use the opportunity and time to give out the warmth and care to many people. And Superintendent Chen is my role model. Every time I use his picture of taking care of others, because the pictures always touch my heart. This is the senior center, This is a convalescent home. And the general director of this is the convalescent home knows Superintendent Chen, so and he told Superintendent Chen that there's a shortage of everything in this convalescent home. But Superintendent Chen went there and he found out that there's not shortage of there's no shortage of lonely and coldness. There's a shortage of medical supplies and the love. And when we go to the park, we will see the rows of wheelchairs. There are many elderly people who would sit on the wheelchair, and they were pushed to the park. But when they were young, they were energetic. It is so hopeless in their elderly age of life. But in this convalescent home, we see the hopeless and we see the loneliness in the convalescent home. So we provide medical services to this patients in this convalescent home, and we also give them physical therapy. And when there's shortage of anything, we could provide our service. And I'm specialized in the community health promotion service. So we go there, Taichung Tzu Hospital, visit this convalescent home, and also invite the community elder people to exercise together. And in this community center, during the daytime, is the time and space for the elder people, so we could communicate with them, we could chat with them, and we could show them how to exercise. And the elder people, they are very afraid of being lonely, and they are very afraid for being ignored. So we could talk to them, and we also would talk to them and encourage them that although they are old, but they are not useless. There are many volunteers that volunteer. We will always tell them that there are many volunteers. They are very old, but some of them are even over 100 years old. But they could still do a lot of volunteer work. They could still serve many people. Their life is still meaningful, no matter how old they are. We always encourage them with the elder volunteers' story. And don't look down on themselves. We encourage them not to give up on themselves. And we also take them. We also show them how to cook vegetarian food, and we also show them how to do exercise. And we tailor our exercise plan for the elder people, for the exercises not too hard for them to follow. Do you know when they go, when they have a physical exam, they came with on wheelchair, and some of them even they have to lie down on the bed. They cannot get up on the wheelchair. We will go. Doctors will go to their convalescent, the room in their convalescent home to visit them. and the elder people, they're in the patients in this convalescent home. A lot of time their shoulder become stiff and their body become very stiff. They could not move on their own. So our Chinese medicine doctors will go there to do massage for them and do acupuncture for them, acupressure for them. And if they don't, some of them don't want to take any medicine because they give up on themselves, we gave them encouragement. So the death rate in this convalescent home decreased dramatically because they gain hope in their life. And when we walk into this convalescent home, they greet to me and say, "Hi, how are you?" General director of Tzu Chi Hospital. They will greet to me. After I joined Tzu Chi Hospital in Taichung, I also had several opportunities to do international medical relief. And every time the superintendent of Tzu Chi Hospital, when there's disaster happen in this world, the superintendent always go to the disaster area to provide medical service, because you see these two superintendents, Superintendent Chen and Superintendent of Taipei Hospital, Zhao. And on the screen it shows we have the international relief medical service in we need to take, before we depart, we need to take the medicine for pneumonia and also many other disease, because those diseases might not exist in Taiwan, but we need to have the antibiotic. When there's a disaster, Tzu Chi volunteer offer their helping hand with compassion and wisdom. There are many when you face the needy, if you have a compassionate heart, it will grow your wisdom. If you use your true heart, you will figure out how to help and how to offer help properly. Whether it's in China or in Southeast Asia, we had international relief, and we offer medical service internationally. And this is a picture show that international relief in the Philippines. And I was very happy to see the refuge, all the victim of the disaster refuge of disaster. They have smiling face. That's the most encouraging. That's the most important encouragement for me, no matter how difficult the journey is. And we see that you see on the picture that we the place that we offer our medical service is not in the hospital. It's probably somewhere on the street or somewhere in a shady place, and somewhere that it's so hard to imagine, or under a tent. And this COVID-19 and this COVID-19, the preventive medicine, we offer the preventive medicine and on the street. And the first day, we offered the service on the street. It was raining, and the second day it became the shining. It was sun-shining day, and it was very hot. So all kinds of weather circumstances we have already encountered. And we need to wear mask, and it was so hot, and it was very sweating for us. And during the COVID-19, we have to offer our medical service into the community because people cannot come to the hospital. We have to offer our service to the people who cannot come. And we also need to promote vegetarianism to the public because we cherish our life and we also cherish the life of all the animals. And there's another task that we do. We encourage the elder people to move their body and move their mind and move their brains. And we also get online to interact with our patients. During the COVID-19, this is our way of communicating with our patients to encourage them and to take care of them. And can we show this video? We could have interaction online with our patients. And take a look at this, the movement of this elder person. And this is another community health promotion activities. And this is the dentist. And this COVID-19, since the COVID-19 outbreak, people do not come to the hospital. And how long you haven't had a physical exam? It's over 10 years. So the doctors examine the patient patiently, and there have many patients have high blood pressure. And some of them didn't even know that they have high pressure. And some of them some don't take medicine. And there are 6 departments from Tzu Chi Hospital to these community centers. We give them physical exam and we give them we offer health education. And we also give them, and your average 2% with one doctor, one or nurse to serve them. And in the community service, we have 300. We already invested $389 million in the community service, and we also more than 5,000 Tzu Chi volunteers and nurses and doctors who offer the community service to the remote area. And there are 54,000 volunteers and doctors and nurses offer the medical care to the remote area. And on our Tzu Chi hospital, the doctors in Tzu Chi hospital, they volunteer to offer medical service to remote areas. Sometimes they need to also take on the airplane to the remote area, the remote island. But was very touched because they need to take their own time and use their own spaces. And we hope that this elder volunteer over 100 years old, she encouraged us so much in the Tzu hospital, and we hope that she could maintain her health and continue offer service, volunteer service. And we have appointment and in love. Don't forget our love in Qiji Hospital and when he the secret that the doctor the secret that the doctor can stay so young in his appearance because he is such a loving person. He offered his love to so many people, and he offered happiness and care to so many people. When he walked into the Jingshi bookstore today, and his eye contact, you can see from his eye contact is full of love. I feel the care and love from his eye contact. He's full of love. And there are elder people in Jingshi bookstore today. They raise their big sum to you. You're very wonderful. They feel the love and care from your sharing, and they feel the happiness from your heart and your sharing. And we'll meet you in love, and we can. And people, our audience online, will do together. We're so touched that there are many people who leave message online. Thank you, Dr. Chen. We meet you in love. We feel love from you, and it's full of love in the atmosphere. And I love to be with you because you are full of positive energy. And we will encourage the Superintendent Chen to hear the sharing today because Dr. Chen always mentioned about Superintendent Chen because it's Superintendent Chen is his role model. And don't forget, we will meet each other in love. Don't forget. He always encouraged many people because he shared his love and he shared his encouragement, so people feel his love and care. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Chen. Thank you. And next time when he come here, only his show, only his love, I can still recognize him because his eye contact is full of love. I'm very happy to see him here. 不是手酸的问题，而是活动就无法进行，所以我们再次热烈掌声感恩，感恩大家。And now this is the catching phrase, the section for the catching phrase. And now the catching phrase from American, and it's the term for Sister Suijing. And because of the catching phrase, Sister Suijing was so touched. And we also thanks to the Sister Liangjing in Canada. She is the principal of Tzu School in Richmond, Canada. And she gave a recap on each section of the online study group last week. And she appreciated the opportunity to join the online study group to learn so many things.
And she admired that teacher Mei Yun. She did a great job. So, and now this is the recap from Sister Zhou Xingxing from China. There are over 9,000 people joined the online study group. The 9,000 people means come from the Telegram. So Telegram is getting very popular. But actually, total there's over 10,000 participants on the online study group. So with the sharing of Tzu Chi doctors, we realized that love is the best medicine. And Brother Guanting is just like a genius. His shorthand is fabulous. I love the big family Tzu Chi. And from online study group, I received so many Dharma join. And then next is the catching phrase from Sister Xuijing. Brother Jianlong in UK was sharing Tzu Chi's relief work during the COVID-19 pandemic. The guided reading on Master Zheng Yan's diary was talking about how Tzu Chi reached out to Northern Thailand. Dr. Zheng shared the joy of being a physician with seeing the patients get rid of the illness and return to the health. Brother Chen Guanting in Chengqing shared how diligently the volunteers study Dharma teaching in the morning. Sister Naihua is a member of a Tzu Chi Performance Association and devoted herself to Tzu Chi when she is not filming. Brother Jiang Yun joined Tzu Chi was because of the performance of water repentance, and Sister Mei expressed her appreciation for all the care that Tzu Chi brought to her and her daughters. Then Sister Guanzi shared teachers need to work hard to win respect from students, parents. So let's give them a big hand for the catching phrase team. And then say, the team, you are so great. Not only they write on in English, write in Chinese, but also they write in English for the interpretation group. And now in the YouTube we have some comments, and then we thanks for the online study group and give us a positive energy. We have comments from CEO in New York. They have a comment on the mobile educational the trailer. And thanks for the whole group. And we wish Master Zheng Yan maintain the good health. And Sister Liang Jing also give us a comment. She appreciated all the work that our volunteers doing the environmental protection work. So there's another catching phrase. And thanks for the volunteer from Japan. And this volunteer Li Mei give us a positive comment. Oh, there's a greetings from Malaysia. And the Dr. Singh from Doctor in Singapore. And thank you for the translation team in Kaohsiung. You did a great job. The Dr. Deng from Singapore, he takes only 1 day off every week, just to participate the online study group. And this is a foreigner comment, and we are so grateful that there is a translation team did a good job to give us a very good translation so we can understand well. And this year is the 30th year anniversary for Tzu Chi's environmental potential emission. So everyone should be diligently. And there's also comment from volunteer and from Sister Linda. And promoting vegetarian diet is great. And there's a volunteer in Thailand. She's promoting the vegetarian meal in Thailand. And she said that it's not easy to promote. And then this is the comments from Dr. Zheng in Singapore. And with English translation, we can feel benefited to others. It's very important. It's very important to have English translation. And now we are approaching the Spanish translation. We are working on it. Oh, this is a very touching story. It's a comment from a brother in Beijing. In order to get involved with Tzu Chi mission, he retired earlier. And in order to improve the quality of the connection, he installed the new equipment on his computer equipment. But when he bought the new equipment, but then the neighbor has his house. The neighbor's house is under construction, so it's so noisy that he couldn't get online. So he have to went to his friend's house. Brother Yu Bao is online, so let's give them a big hands. We are so grateful and we so touched. But when I see so many comments and so many positive feedbacks, I am really touched. This picture is showing that in 2019, September 14, we had the study group. We have the affinity went there to have the sharing, and it's a autumn festival holiday. We actually in the beginning we were afraid there might not be so many participants, but actually we received so many participants and from different cities. Including the participants from Wuhan that needed to take 5 hours. There are total the participants from different 11 cities, including the participant from Shandong that needed to take the flight. So even during the autumn festival, we still have the participant. And next is the call out. We're going to call out an elder in Hangzhou. This elder is over 70 years old. After I met Master Zheng, I realized that I finally find the right direction, and I determined, and Tzu Chi is the right path for me to cultivate into a better life. Yeah, this is her. When we are in Hangzhou, she had her driver to take us around. And this is a video. This is content is from the Life of Wisdom. In 2013, I did not have many donating members, but right now I have close to 600 members. The number of the donating member is not important. It's important that how many bodhisattva have inspired. We have to follow the footsteps that the Master Zheng. So next, I'm going to make a vow. In 2016, I will recruit 5 honorary board members. I have accomplished 500 families members that Master Zheng expected, and I will continue to recruit another 500 and follow Master Zheng's footsteps. Life is impermanent. Master is always in my heart, and I will always have the strength, and I can do anything without difficulties. Thank you, everyone. So Master Zheng said that Sister Huixian, even she's over 17 years old, and hopefully this year she can reach 1,000 donating members. So there's a will, there's a way. Nothing is impossible. And there are so many related videos that talk about Sister Huixian. Because she loved Master Zheng so much. So she always seeks every moment and come back to meet the Master Zheng. And like this family, Baoru from America, during the New Year Eve, they always come back to join the New Year year-end banquet. So Master Zheng said that I read the note that Sister Huixian wrote. The handwriting was so small, but every character was so beautiful and neat. I really admire her. This year, she came to Hualien by herself. So I asked, are your husband and daughters okay with you coming along? And she replied, well, coming to see Master Zheng is the most important thing. I came back to the big family. So before I came, I contacted the sisters and brothers in Taiwan. So they picked me up as soon as I arrived. So this is around this world, this is the power of love that can be seen everywhere. So it really warms our heart. So do you looking forward to seeing Sister Huixian? So now we have to say, I like to stay with you because you have positive energies. Sister Huixian, good day. Hi there. So now you can share. Dear Master Zheng, all the Tzu Chi family in the world, good day. I'm a Sister Wu Huixian, come from Hangzhou. My Dharma name is Xin. I'm very touched and feel grateful to be here to share my joy with Tzu Chi. And this is a very good affinity to join the online study group. Actually, I'm come here to learn from Taiwan's sisters and brothers' diligence and the young heart, and learning how you giving great heart without asking return. And I also appreciate and learning your determination. In 2013, I have the chance to know about Qijing, and in 2013, I have the chance to come to Hualian, and when I make the vow in 2013, but during the gathering with my friends, there are 3 times that I still admit, and then I repented 3 times. At the 3rd time of the repentance, my grandchild asked me, why I repenting all the time? I told my grandchild that I break my promise, so I needed to repent. Then grandchild told me, Grandma, are you fooling with Buddha? I was shocked. And then when I came back to Taiwan, I met Master Zheng in 2014. And I told her the whole story and realized actually I did not practice Dharma's teaching in my life. And Master Zheng told us this story in the Life Wisdom. Even the 6 years old child knows the Dharma teaching. So I did not practice the Dharma teaching in the daily life. So ever since then, I did not dare to kidding with the Buddha anymore. Our city had knocked down because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but our heart did not lock down because we have a Dharma teaching. And Master Zheng always gives us confidence, strength, and direction, which make us calm down instead of fear. So we needed to be enlightened and sincerely pray for the peaceful world. Pray for the end of the pandemic. We needed to work together to mitigate the disaster. We needed to take vegetarian meals and promote vegetarian diet. Also get involved with environmental protection, protect the earth. Being a vegetarian not only helps our health, but also protect our livestock. I made 2 or 3 dishes of vegetarian meals every day and share with my friend on the video or through Huixian. My daughter owns a company. I also promote the vegetarian meals in my daughter's company. Over 200 employees in company took they take the vegetarian meal the other day. We also serve 30 tables with vegetarian meals in the company's annual party. We also to inspire more people to have a vegetarian diet. The COVID-19 pandemic actually is because human beings made too much negative karma, and it actually is a counter attack by the animals. So we must engage in great repentance. It's not easy to promote the vegetarian diet, but with the determination, I believe that we can reach the goal. From the TV program of Life Wisdom, we learned that there is a single mother with 8 children in Africa. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, she was so poor that she had to cook stones to make her children believe that she was cooking the meal for him. I feel sorry and told myself, that I needed to do something. So I took the money that I bought for my life policy. I don't need the money to buy the life insurance. But for those people in sufferings, need the money most. So I donate the money with joy and feel a big relief. This is more meaningful. I will take Mr. Zheng Yan's word and be diligent every day. I will continue to promote the vegetarian diet. I will continue to promote the vegetarian diet until the last day. In the end, I wish Master Zheng Yan maintain the good health and wish the Buddhist teaching will overcome everything. Thank you. Can you tell us how old are you? Did you turn off the voice? I'm 28 years old. So we have to give you a song to appreciate and to give a best salute. Thank you very much. So we invite all the participants online study group to join us with this song to give her the good blessing. Give the best salute to the 28 years old senior volunteer. Thank you one more. Thank you again. Give us the positive energy. You are our role model. We need to learn from you. She is very blessed. And now it's more. Yeah, she always take the chance to come to Taiwan. So let's take her as a model and wife him. And we have so many comments on the YouTube. I can read the Chinese, but so far we only can do the translation. And we have a comment from Erica. Those comments are from the YouTube channel. And then Dr. Deng from Singapore also left a message on YouTube.
Yes, I'm grateful to listen to more sharing from the Chinese book study, as they now have English translation. Always enjoy this.
Yeah, some of the videos and the PowerPoint did not have an English subtitle, but this is what we can do currently. And this is the first message left from the sister and give us a very good encouragement and good feedback on the translation team. So next we are going to the next program.
Okay, so now we are going to work out. Good morning, everyone. Now we invite everyone to stand up and also the online study group to stand up. We're going to review the washing hand exercise song. Let's work out our bodies.
各位线上家人，还有我们在场的家人们，大家早上好。
The two hands, put on your mask.
family all over the world. 好，我们现在邀请我们的家人们慢慢的站起来，还有我们线上的家人们也慢慢的站起来，我们要一起来复习这一首洗手健康操。
Let's work out with our volunteers. It's a song about washing our hands. And there are 7 steps of washing our hands. And when we get into the room, we need to put on our mask. And do not touch our eyes, ears, and mouth. Please remember the 7 steps of washing our hands.
洗手记得7步骤，内外夹攻大力丸，人多时候戴口罩，进入密闭空间也戴口罩，不要用时会折好，乖乖放口袋书包，眼耳口鼻不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸。洗手记得7步骤，内外夹攻大力丸，拱手不握手，保护你也保护我。
Enter any room or to get into somewhere which is very crowded, please put on your mask.
吃东西前请洗手，回到家也要洗刷刷，眼耳口鼻不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸。
Great job, everyone.
洗手记得7步骤，内外夹攻大力丸，人多时候戴口罩，进入密闭空间也戴口罩。
Your health and then exercise more.
Okay, so
now we're going to have the next song.
洗手记得7步骤，内外夹攻大力丸。
Let's warm up our body first.
我们希望呢，大家要做到确实的防疫，一定要戴口罩、勤洗手。为了呢，要保持我们的身体健康，有正能量。那么就要来多多运动哦。
Okay, so let's just follow my orders. Let's step our feet, clap our hands,
好，来，我们
step
先
on our
让我们
feet,
身体暖身一下，来踏踏步哦，来
clap our
动
hands.
起来，微笑，请给我踏步，踏步，踏踏步。好，来，我们要麻烦老师给我们欢喜在一起，有吗？有吗？
Let's just follow our sister's lead.
来，踏踏步呀，踏踏步，一起说，一起说，踏踏步呀，踏踏步。啊，拍拍手呀，拍拍手。啊，踏踏步呀，踏踏步。拍拍手呀，拍拍手。好，我们准备来，点勾哦，好，预备，来，点勾，点勾，来勾脚，勾脚，啊，勾脚，勾脚，好，来踏并，踏并，踏并，踏并，继续，继续看前面，准备给我微笑，一起来。我们等待音乐的时候，身体一样一起动，来踏步，踏步，再来，踏，踏，踏，踏。1、2、1、2，我说1、2，你说3、4，1、2，1、2。我说知足，你说感恩，知足。
Okay, so sorry for the songs that we
我
cannot
说善解，你说包容，善解。
have the songs for the next
善解。
exercise.
那跟着
So
音乐
let's
咯。
just do the exercise and following
好，来，我们
the
慢慢
lead
的
of our sisters.
好，没关系，我 我们现在要来练了一下运动，所以希望给的音乐是欢喜在一起，是没有关系。老师还是我们稍微动一下就好。OK， 好，来，我们继续哦，踩着你的双脚一起来。1、2、1、2、1、2、1、2，我说1、2，你说3、4，1、2、3、4，1、2、3、4，我说知足，你说感恩，知足，知足，感恩。我说善解，你说包容，善解，包容，善解，包容，知足，善解，包容。我说1、2，你说什么？3、4，1、2，
Inhale.
啊，我说3、4，你
And
说
exhale.
1、2、3、4，1、2、3、4。
Thank you, everyone. We wish everyone have a good. We wish one would be healthy and happy.
慢慢缓下您的脚步，双脚微微开，双手画个圆，吸气上。
We're very grateful for everyone, and that even though we have any problems, then we can. But we are very experienced, so we can to solve any problems that we have. Before we move on to the next, we are very thankful from Malaysia, Colombo, the members of from the Kuala Lumpur. This is from the China, Brother Lee. We wish everyone, the online study group was very happy that there is a lot of language online that everyone can understand. And we can work on.
就是让人家看到，哇！我一定要念一下，这是我们河北石家庄李平师兄，你说，赞高雄读书会，习办高雄读书会，欢欢乐乐上线来，美云老师主持好，实际家人们开怀，内容丰富，全球不同语言解说快，不同民族与信仰，菩萨道上佛法扬。
Okay, so now we are move on to the next part.
协力一次更比一次强哈，所以非常感恩。你们要稍微给我拍一下手势，因为我看简体字越来越神奇一点。
And we have entrepreneurs here and through study groups, and we have the opportunity to get into the Dharma. So now we have entrepreneurs from Kaohsiung, and at the same time, whenever there's disaster in the world, and we have entrepreneurs spreading love for together. And now we have over 600 refugees, and now we create them a chance to live a good life. And we have Dr. Huang Fuchen as our instructor here. And here we have Huang Fuchen. And now we have 600 people here, and we are really shocked and touched by the whole thing here. And we just give the drop of love by giving the coins, and we can just do good deeds with the money there. And we are very touched that we have entrepreneurs from Tainan, and they are learning role models for people, and they are doing the right things whenever people need them. And there came 5 entrepreneurs today, and they are coming here and share you their stories. And now my mom is a great woman, and she helped those in need in our village. We are not well off ourselves, but she lived frugally, and all the children inherited her generosity. and I'm very generous, and I do people's things as my own, and I'm happy to help others. Yes, see, he did everything for people as they are his own business, and actually he had a very bad temper before. And I tamed my temper after joining Tzu Chi. And I used to curse a lot, but not anymore. And I just can't imagine that such a kind of man cursed a lot before. And Tzu Chi is right here. Yes, true. Tzu Chi is right here. Then we have entrepreneurs. That is the first one. And later, then we have the second entrepreneur. That is Jin Chun and Su Jin Chun. And she's listening to the cassette too. And whenever I listen up to it, I cried. But my daughter says I'm always touched, but I never did anything. And can we do anything and truly do something? So I want to know something about Tzu Chi. So I entered Tzu Chi. And after I joined Tzu Chi, I saw a photo of a starving child and I was shocked by that. And I just couldn't believe this. We had such people for now in this modern society, and it was very unbelievable. So I decided to do something for our society. And we donated a certain amount of money yearly. Very, very grateful. And we will see them later. This is the second entrepreneur. And now let's go to the third entrepreneur. And he was a main character, voice from the heart. And he performed a puppet here. And actually our entrepreneurs are also very vivid and very outgoing there. And using puppetry to teach Jingshi Afism. And it is very attractive. And why did I have such an idea? I felt that we have to be vivid, creative in our teachings. Otherwise it won't work. And I created such a team, a system for teaching the Afism with my puppetry. And this is Miss Jin Bao, and she is really well known. And they are a couple, so we will see them later. And they also have their own Dharma drama. And it is our third entrepreneur. And now we also have the next one, and you know him very well. And he shared a lot. And she is Zhou Huangqiuxiang. And I just get all the books from Master Zheng, and I felt I found my mentor and decided to take part in Tzu Chi. And she came here to do the recycling job. And do you still remember that she just carried all the recycling resources with his high-class level car? And she just bought a lot of books, and she hopes to spread Master Zheng's Dharma. And I'm also very grateful that we have all the entrepreneurs today here. And today they've got an important mission, and it is really famous in Taiwan. And here you can see we have a very important campaign in Tainan. And this is Meng Ya, and I think you know her. And actually, she does very much volunteer work in Tzu Chi. And I see many children designing such a campaign very carefully. And we also have the volunteers. They are doing very much for such things. And we are really, really grateful today. And let's give them a big hand. Today we have entrepreneurs. And they are really carefree, and they have a very carefree life. And actually our entrepreneurs are very talented, and they accompany with the children from our Ciji elementary school and elementary school. And actually they are the volunteers. They can do everything. Actually they know the tea ceremony, and they also know how to teach children. Okay. And actually our elementary school in Tainan is the only elementary school that has a kitchen cooking vegetarian dish in Taiwan. So let's have all the entrepreneurs from Taiwan. Thank you. And Venerable Mr. Zheng Yan and all the practitioners and the Ciji family members, good day. We are from Tainan, and we are the honorary board from Tainan. And it's just like that we are very rich, yes, right. But we also do something, and we reach ourselves inside. And actually we are people from companies, from our stores, and some are from homes. And we accumulated our wealth, and now we turn ourselves into a very, very rich life. And we also hold on to Master Zheng Yan's preach that we use harmony and sincerity and treat everybody if you are very willing to participate in Ciji. And when no matter people are rich or no matter people are poor, and we treat them very equally. And within our honorary board team, then we are here. Most importantly, we are here because within a team, it is really important to do everything in harmony. And I have to tell you that when people do something, yeah, it is very easy. But if a group of people doing something, it is not that easy, but we have to do this in the 8 missions, 8 footprints and 4 missions. And within all the missions and the footprints, and you can see all the honorary board members doing something there. And actually, honorary board teams are doing very much there. And we have a very good affinities today and share what we are doing here. The first one, we have Mr. Chen Lianyi, right? As you just witness in the clip just now, and you know that okay, he did a lot of things, and he donated money and bought an ambulance for Darling Ciji Hospital. And whenever he knows all the sufferings happen somewhere, and he will just do his best and relieve the pain and the sufferings as possible as he can in his community for all the people. And he does almost everything. And now Master Zheng Yan is trying to promote vegetarianism, and he also did this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have Chen Lianyi, and let's listen to him on how he spread love. Thank you very much, Mr. Zheng Yan, and everybody here. And this is a great chance. And I have known Ciji since 1988. And when my family member passed away, and I had amount of money here, and I just wanted to do something, and I decided to donate the money to Ciji. But my elder brother was opposed to it. And as you know that I really wanted to have some kind of communication and interaction with people. So I really like to help people. And I like to interact with people, and my brother doesn't. And I wanted to do charity jobs and voluntary jobs while my brothers don't. Well, I wanted to donate the money, as I mentioned, to a charity organization. Therefore, I searched a good organization that I feel okay. And occasionally, I read Tzu Ji bi-monthly, and I decided I want to donate money to Tzu Ji. And I just paid the money, purchasing some words, and I donated the words to the hospital. And then my wife was certified in year 1996. And after that year, and I joined the Tzu Ji, and I was successfully certified. And today, I like to briefly introduce to you what we have done since we are certified. I was a chief in our team in Xuejia, and Master Zheng said to me that we had to just walk into people and communities and do whatever they need us to do. And in our community, we have a lot of older people, and it seemed that the people must be sent to the nursing home. And I think it was not too okay. And that year, I thought about my father, and I felt very sorry that, okay, I didn't want to just leave my father in a nursing home. And let me tell you that I was really sorry because, my father didn't want to live with us. So it was a very, very sad choice. And I just feel some kind of pain in mind. Therefore, I thought about this, and I wanted to do something for elder people by giving them very, very good care and make them happy. So I think about one idea, that is that we use technology, and we have a connection through internet, and we can know and we can see what they are doing, and we can communicate and interact with them. So I donate such a system to the government, and it was invented by me. So we will just make a calls, and we are linked to the elder people with such a system. And it's easy, it's very easy to do. And we will just know which family and which member needs help, and it has records, and you will know the telephone numbers, and it can be linked to the police station. And I also donate ambulance, and we also go to the hospital, and I also purchase the carrying trucks and ambulance to Dalian Tzu Ji Hospital. And this year, we also receive information that they need 2 older cars because the hospital needs to take the patients, and I send them new ones. We experience such process. So now I know what they need, so I can do something to the society. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, very thank you for Brother Chance. Now we are going to introduce our second members. Sister Su. Sister Su Qingyuan, she's very humble. She has she also her son was graduated from the Tzu Chi Technology University, and she's a businesswoman, but also walk into the community to help others. Even everyone thinks that she is very rich, but also see herself as a very humble person. She's not only do volunteer, but also did great job in her own business and her family works. And her husband is also the member of Tzu Chi. She is very touched about the medical service of our Tzu Chi. In 2017, her son has had a car accident, and she saw the medical team work together with one heart to save lives. She's very touched. So let's invite Sister Su Jingchun师姐。Thank you, everyone. Good. Walk into Tzu Chi needs some reasons. When my son in his senior high school, he asked me that why is because something happened to our home, so you enter or you join the Tzu Chi. And mom said, and I replied to him, no, nothing wrong with my family. I think Tzu Chi just is very good. I like to introduce this great team or this great organization to everyone. So we need. So Sister Yo said that in 2007, my son, I have three daughters, one son, and in 2017, it's in the end of the year. This is a certification ceremony in the end of the year, and I got a call from my son. He said that he had a car accident in the 5:30 a.m. and I have to go to the certification ceremony. So I called my husband to ask him to go to the Kaohsiung hospital. And then my husband went there and said that, yeah, he got injured in his body and some head injuries. And he stayed. So at the 2017 February, my daughter went to the Tainan train station and said that his brother was unable to recognize himself and cannot recognize her. So I called the doctors at Huixian, and why he said that. Asked him why my son cannot recognize any members of our home. On Saturday, the doctor the doctor asked me to transfer him to Chen Hospital, and his heart rate gets really low, and I was really worried about him. So I called the doctor, and they said that we need to call the ambulance to transfer him to Hualien Tzu Hospital. Even though I was very worried, but I still believe in Buddha. Everything will be fine. And I'm also very thankful for the help from the medical team. And I went to the ICU to see my son, and the doctor asked him, how much is 1 plus 1? And other people, the nurse and other member, Tzu volunteer, teased that it's too easy for him. I was very, very thankful and grateful. On the path of Tzu Buddhist love, I think it's very blessed, and I wish everyone and more people can join in.
We saw that. When we heard his sharing, it's only a small part of what he has done, and we in the Taiwan, in the Tainan, we see that Tzu established our school. Well, established this school was the foundation of the humanity. We hope that we could share the humanity and love in the schools to teach children. And we also see that on TV we have a drama about their story, and in China, Zhuhai, he also donate a place for cultivation for Tzu volunteer. And Brother Ming Liang, he is an entrepreneur who has made a donation to not only Taiwan and China and many area in the world to help others. And about 20 years ago, I joined the entrepreneur team of Tzu. At that time, I didn't know anything about Tzu. And I have only blurry image of Tzu. I thought that Tzu is a place that we would encourage people to ordain to become monks or nuns. But at that time, my wife already joined Tzu for a while, and I saw my wife change so much. She speak good words and she did good deeds. I was very touched to see the change in my wife, the dramatic change in my wife. So I was very touched. So I voluntarily told my wife that I want to join Tzu, and my wife couldn't believe what I say, because she said, a person like you with such bad temper is willing to join Tzu. I cannot believe, but I really, at that time, I joined Tzu. I went through the training. I did participate in all kinds of volunteer works. I was certified by Dharma Master Zheng. I have 3 lotus flowers in my Tzu badge. One is volunteer, another one is entrepreneur team of honorable member. Over the 20 years, my feeling of Tzu can conclude in offer service without asking anything for return. And if you give up something and you can get something in return in your heart. And Tzu Chi is a bright, it's a bodhisattva path that will bring the brightness in your life. And in Tzu Chi, we encourage people to share good things, good stories in the life. And in the past few years, I offer lunch to the elder people in the community, and also I also help offer materials and funding to the elder people in the community, and also I also donated places for the community for the elder people to exercise. And I also invite other entrepreneurs to join my effort to donate an ambulance in Hualien. And I also invite the entrepreneur to join me to help the children in the remote area in their education. And Sister Mengya also mentioned that I was encouraging my wife. My wife and I, we donated a cultivation place for Tzu Chi volunteer to do the gathering, and they could have a place they could study, and they could also go through the training, and they could also do the work study together in this cultivation place in China. And it doesn't matter how much the money wise that I give out, because I gain back happiness. I witness suffering, and I see the relief of suffering. That's why I'm willing to donate so much amount of money, because I gain back blessings, and I gain back happiness. I feel happy. I feel happy in my heart. I have the opportunity and I have the ability to offer my service to many, many needies in the world. I'm so happy. And I hope that this great love can pass on to our next generation and could pass on to many, many other entrepreneurs. We're very grateful to Brother Xie Mingliang. He offered his help, extend his helping hands to the community and all over the world, but he's still very humble. In his kindergarten, he is so close to the children in his kindergarten. And from his action, we could see that how humble he is and love, and he is very full of love. And this teacher Mei Yun mentioned that there's a and many people say that this person drive a very luxury car to do recycling, and he also use his luxury car to drive a volunteer to recycling station, and he always say, just to do it. It doesn't. And in the old times, Master Zheng said that wanted to build hospital. He already donated a lot of money to support Master Zheng's aspiration of building hospital. Let us welcome. Let us welcome her. Hi, everyone online and Qi volunteer all over the world and Dharma Master Chen. I'm very grateful. And this Bodhisattva path of Qi, I'm so happy. I grew up in the suburb area of Taiwan. I always wanted to make a lot of money. I got married with my husband. His career was fishing, but we changed our career. I changed our career to become. We have our own company. Every day, I pray to Buddha and Bodhisattva that all that I done in this Bodhisattva path of Qi, I would love to offer my merit or everything that I've did. If there's any merit, I would offer to Master Zheng Yan, because I hope that Master Zheng Yan could maintain her good health and is healthy she could be healthy to lead us on this Bodhisattva path. It doesn't matter whether you are rich or you are not rich. I would guide you. I'm willing to lead you and guide you through this Bodhisattva path, because it is make my life so meaningful and happy. I'm over 70 years old, and this year in Pingdong, I hope that I could this year I hope that I could find more male members, because in last year I helped Master Zheng Yan to find female members of Qi, and this year I hope that I could help Master Zheng Yan to find more male members. And some people would tell me, some people would advise me to not donate so much, but I would say that I would love to donate more. If I have more, I have money and I have time, I would volunteer my time and my money whenever I could. And I would do recycling. Although my husband would advise me to do this recycling because he's worried about my health, but there's so much waste that people throw away, that there so much material that we need to recycle to cherish this earth. So I do recycling work during early morning and in the morning and also late in the night. And I also sometimes I carry my grandchildren on my back and also continue doing recycling work. And I hope that the after generations of my family, I hope that they could all join Qi. And I hope that all of you could share my blessings, and your families and your children and grandchildren could join Qi. And we could hear that all of what she's talking about is Qi. Every word is so meaningful, and you can sense the happiness in her heart. And we are appreciated entrepreneur team came from Tainan today. And today that hearing their sharing, we hope that we could invite more people to join this effort to walk on this Bodhisattva path. And we invite entrepreneur team from Kaohsiung also. And Brother Fan from Kaohsiung, please come up. And these are the entrepreneur team from Kaohsiung in China. We are very grateful for them. The faith and aspiration and action. They are a very good role model to take actions. They're so adorable. They didn't know that we're their audience online. They started waving to the audience. Do you feel that no matter what kind of environment they grow up, when they encounter Zhi Ji, they become very energetic and they become very happy. After hearing the sharing from them, we feel very touched and feel very grateful. And we hope that all of the audience could join us and invite more people to join this happy Bodhisattva path. When entrepreneurs encounter Jing Si, they make vow to take action, and they could extend their helping hands to the world, to the whole world. We are very grateful. Let's give them a big round of hands. Thanks. We are very grateful for them to travel to Kaohsiung to do the sharing.
Thank you, everyone. This is the replies from online. There's one audience said that if we do more, then we will become younger. There's another audience from Canada said that, thank you, doctors. And not only the Superintendent Dr. Zheng is my role model, but also you are my role model. I think because everyone come into the study group will become other people's role model because you share your experience and caring with others. Dr. Chen's sharings help us to know that accompanying with the elderlies will make them feel happy. You always put on your smiles on your face. There's Mr. Chen said that the elders provide the efforts all their lives to care the family. There's also audience from Thailand that said the doctors in our hospital is busier when he get off the work. This is an audience from the English YT. All the shares will let the world become better and better.
他说你真的是好棒棒哈。那我们的加拿大的薛里说相约在自己，相约在爱哈。总之，那这边有英文平台，我们的 Xiuling Chen。Come on, spreading love and dedications of a pure skill wear. These are what make our world wonderful. 所以这些都是让
So the medical part has a lot of people that had a lot of they heard a lot from the doctors sharing.
一豪说 I'm deeply touched by what you do 哈，所以内心的感动哈。好Africa 谢谢你 grateful for today's translation.
Thank you. Thank you all the audience from the YT channel. Now next we are going to we are going to move on to our monthly subject education. Teacher Lee is going to share with her story about her student. Master Zheng and everyone, hello. I'm Jaffen, teacher Jaffen. I'm going to share you with a story about a slow angel, Miss No. I work in an elementary school. There is a new elementary first grade student. I have a student called Ling. She is delayed in development. She cannot write, and she will hit the teachers. I thought that's okay. I just be with him. I think she will be fine when she get into the elementary school. And at the first day of her school, she has storming out, and she always said that no. I give him the home sheet, and she said no, and then throw it on the floor. And she will throw all the pencils or crayons on the floor. And the other teachers doesn't know that her emotions or her personality, and the teachers will fight with her, and she will also fight against the teacher back, and she will not enter into the classroom, and she also would hit her classmates and throw things away, tear up her books. And she also likes to play hide and seek with her personal belongings. I had find her coat in the trash can, and I had find her water bottle in a bucket, or books in the recycle can, and socks on the corridor. And also, she's a student in the resource class, but she rejects to go to the resource room. She will throw her temper when we ask her to the resource class, and she said that the resource teacher are very mean. It's a bad teacher, and so I need to comfort her and ask other students to help her, and also accompany with her to walk to the resource room. I need to put my eyes on her every day and every minute. And if not, she will do a lot of things. For example, she will throw all her pencils all over the school, and in the noon, and she will walk out the classroom and then pour the water on her body and make her clothes wet. And she was not able to clean up all his stuff, and she did not want to carry her school bag nor walking home in red line. Other students in my class were very curious about the student, and so once Lin went to the resource class, I told other students that Lin was slower in learning, so she was not she was not willing to be your friends, but just didn't know how to interact with you. You should treat her as your younger sister. After I taught other students became little angels and became loving magnets and attract everyone's love. So there was one day after when the time is going home, and some students help her to clean up bags and walk her out, walk out and walk with her to her home. And I thought that teacher Mei said that we need to praise her, then she will become better. So I found that she knew that she has to pick up her stuff and put into the bag. So I took the photos and then sent to her mother, and so to let her mother know that she had good behaviors, and mother will praise her also. And another day that I had a book that I asked her for help to help me to put on the stickers on the book sheet, and she was very happy because that she knew that she's able to do something for the teacher. And after that, she was able to sit on her chair and not just running around the classroom. And the resource teacher that to change her test to let her be able more suitable for her performance, or to be more suitable for her abilities. That is because we thought that we need to give her 12 points, even though she just only achieved 7 points. And also there was one day she running naked at school, and her mother and the other students told me about that. And I realized that I cannot put my eyes only on her. So I asked mom to come into the school to be the teaching assistant. So the mother came into the school and to become a certified teaching assistant. She is a really good mother that she would form good affinities with others. So she would speak out her love. She would say thank you to other students, and she would express her thanks to other students, and then bring some gifts to the students. So my students love things more and more, and can help her more and more. So after that, we realized that Ling has her own merits, because mothers are the role model of the child. The mother is very helpful and very willing to help others. So Ling also learns from her mother. There was one of my students that there was one student that her house had burned out. So she lost her pencils and water bottles, and Ling heard that. So she told her mother that my classmates didn't have anything because of the fire. She lost a lot of things. So please, let's just buy some school supplies for her. So we found out that Ling really made a lot of progress, that she was willing to do more and more school works. And she said she would not only say no, but she also would nod her head, and also would use words to express her emotions. That makes me think about the Master's teaching that if you show more gratitude, you will become a more beautiful person. And I'm really grateful about the mother's help and also Ling's work. And I also wish that Ling will make more and more progress. So thank you, teachers, all the teachers, your hard work at school. So if I said all the teachers, then please reply me. The hope will explore.
And thank you very much. Thank you, teachers. Yeah. And within the 10 minutes, which is short, and you shared a lot with us. And thank you very much for the teachers again. And us, there's a volunteer, Liu Chunzi, saying that, okay, we leave the messages because, we want to spread the greater love, and we want everybody to witness what love means to you. And this is a group of good people here, and we receive good feedbacks here, and we are in love now. And thank you very much. And we have many, many messages, on YouTube English channel. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. And we have a lot of, volunteers, that really create a good chance for us. So we are here and we study all together, and we have volunteers from Fuding, from China. And we also have a lot of volunteers overseas. Thank you very much. And we are praised by Mr. Zheng Yan, and we will have all the volunteers from Fuding next time, and we are looking forward to that. And here we have Zhou Ruijing from Beijing, and you are very talented, and you are very eloquent, and you really share good stories, and you do a great job there. And we are all good disciples of Mr. Sang, that you are my good role models and good for you. And we are working on the Bodhisattva path more diligently. Thank you very much. And we have stayed in, and thank you. And you overcome all the difficulties, and we learn from your internet here, and we learn from your website here. So now let's go to the final program. Masters, teachings, and reminders here. And where is Xue Yu? And Xue Yu actually is at the translation team later. And today you have to go to the English channel, and you have to enjoy her translation later on. And thank you very much. And today we have master's teachings and reminders. And for the COVID-19 this time, and we have a lot of people who are in illness and dangers, and there are more than 18,000, more than 118,000 people suffering from COVID-19. And this morning, Mr. Zheng Yan really encouraged us to adopt a vegetarianism and be mindful all the time. But actually, people enjoy delicacies from mountains and from seas. And what does that mean? What is delicacies? What is delicious food for you? And now let's palm together and let's read this, and let's prevent the illness altogether. And the people really crave for delicious food. But I have to tell you that the delicious food are seaweed, which is delicacy from the sea, and we have vegetables, which means delicacies from the mountain. And if we are vegetarians, then we can also enjoy the delicacies from mountains and the seas. And they are very delicious. They are very precious food for us. So we have to turn our knowledge into wisdom, and we want to be at peace, right? And now let's listen to Mr. Zheng Yan's preach with a sincere heart. Thank you, Bodhisattvas, volunteers. Love energies needs to be called upon. and we must adopt a vegetarian diet. And this is a great love. And we love all the sentient beings. And remember, life is precious. And we witness, we have recycling volunteers who cherish materials. And this year, it is the 30th anniversary of our recycling mission. And we have the mobile, eco, technology, education, trailer, driving down south. And we connect with local government, and they provide official leave, like 4 hours official leaves for all the official workers to take a tour and participate and learn something from our eco technology trailer. And they have 4 hours for all their workers and officials and learn something there. And they learn something from the Dharma technology on how to educate the people to do the recycling job. And we have a Coco, which is a chimpanzee, and he knows sign languages, and he urges people to love the earth. And this is what our trailer wanted to convey to people. And this trailer is in Jiayi. And people are very happy to see this trailer in Jiayi, and they are happily receiving the recycling education and protect our environment, and they now know how to cherish resources. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zheng Yan. And we have to cherish all the materials, and we love all the sentient beings. Then we have to coexist with all the sentient beings on Earth. Then we have a mobile education trailer, and during the September, and we will have the trailer in Kaohsiung. And now let's read this. Then we have to carry a sincere heart and mitigate all the disasters. And it's been the 30th year of the recycling education. Then we have to cherish all the material life, and we have to promote the vegetarianism, and it is the 30 years of our recycling mission, and we have to live a frugal life, and adopting vegetarian diets is a very good way on it. And during the COVID-19, Mr. Zheng Yan said that adopting vegetarianism is to create blessings, and we can also do this. So let's really cultivate ourselves with blessings and wisdom. Thank you very much. Well, we only have 5 minutes today. And let's go to the clip here. And as Xue says that she is really a diligent person, and we really do a good job today. Thanks everybody. And finally, then let's promote our powder, okay, our energy booster powder, and it is sugar free, and we have a turmeric, mush turmeric, and it is really good here, and I think we are out of stock, okay, and it can be used in your rice, and it's very delicious, yeah, and we have a soybean milk powder, and we can just have a very delicious soybean milk, and you can make it just by yourself at home, and we meet good people, and the good things would happen. And if you feel you are lucky, and let's do the Ciji voluntary job more diligently. And I hope that you feel good today, and you feel lucky today. And next week, then we have a Fu Guangzhong and Zori from Turkey, and we also have a Gan Yuning and her team from Fuding, China. And next week, then we will have Chen Lingjun, and he's the chief of the information integration team. And we also have a lot of good people coming with us next week. And would you invite more people online and on the staff next week? Thank you very much. And I really want to tell you this. We have Wang Lingyi and Guo Qiling. They are a couple, and they are from a very, very rich and big family. And next week, then we will have their story, which is sufferings and awakening. And they will be here next week, and they are very humble. And let's use our that's our presence to show our respect to them, and let's welcome them next week. And if they are during a suffering period, and I think we can give them our encouragement by coming here and listening to their assurance. And on August 19, then we have Li Dinan, who is the brother of Li Diming, and we have Su Zu. And we also have Chen Weiren, who is a Chinese doctor. And we have a CEO of education, okay, on September 2nd. And we have Gao Mingzhi, who you know very well. So every Wednesday morning, you are more than welcome to come with us. And I really want to be with you, really, sincerely. And now we have a lot of messages in English, and we have Chen. And he hopes to listen to you sharing again. And we have Dai Huifen from the Philippines. And
yes, we hope to see Dr. Chen.
And we really hope that we can have a Spanish translation. We are looking forward to Spanish. And Africa gives us the most feedbacks. Yeah, and we really learn something, okay, materially and spiritually. And we know more about Master Zheng and Dharma. So everybody please stand up, palm together. Let's make 3 mutual bows to the Buddha and the Master. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. Okay. And let's wave goodbye to Master Zheng Yan and all the practitioners and masters in the Jing's abode.
Master Zheng 从这个地方可以更了解到慈济，还有我们的上人哈，所以非常的感恩全体同齐。今天有那个向佛菩萨及上人3问讯的问题。
我们下个月他们
再问讯。
所以我们现在要来讨论下个月你们的场地要在这边。
好，我们挥手跟上人金色树所有的线上家人，我们
然后那个你们场地决定在这边就在这边。
对，在这边。
再跟大家讲。
对啊，今天是状况很多。
对啊。